Ted Lasso is one of the most beloved characters on TV right now. At first, when we think about him, he's incredibly easy to define. He's optimistic, he's cheerful, he's encouraging, he's relentlessly positive, right? If that's all he ever was, he would become very predictable and probably boring. But eventually, if you keep watching the show, we discover that he has panic attacks and we learn about his grief and his loneliness and his marriage falling apart. And suddenly, Ted isn't so easy to define anymore. Hopefully, that makes something click for you. For me, it tells me that readers don't stop rooting for characters because they become unlikable. They stop rooting for characters when they stop discovering new things about them. Maybe this sounds familiar to you with your own writing, and if it does, then it's possible you've diagnosed the wrong problem. I'm Melissa Bourbon. Welcome back to Diagnosing the Problem. This is a channel where we stop treating the symptoms within our writing and start figuring out what is actually wrong. Today's diagnosis is about why readers stop rooting for our heroes or caring about our heroes. Here's what I think is actually happening. At some point in the manuscript, readers feel like they have figured the protagonist out. They know exactly how they're going to react. They know what they're going to say. They know what door they're going to choose between two, what other choices they're going to make. And once that happens, then curiosity starts to disappear. The reader is no longer curious about the protagonist.
Be curious.
Most writers, I don't think, recognize this as the problem when readers stop caring or stop rooting for your protagonist, because the character seems to still be working, right? They're still making decisions. They're still moving through the story. They're still doing all the things the protagonist is supposed to do. They're still on their hero's journey, and we have the 3 acts. So everything is going along according to plan. So we keep looking for somewhere else for the answer to the problem. And I think a lot of people think my protagonist needs more development. But I think that's a misdiagnosis. I would say more often than not, the actual diagnosis is that readers have stopped discovering your protagonist. A character readers have figured out is a character they stop wondering about. And we want to read with wonder. We want to read with curiosity. We don't want to know everything about your character, because we don't keep turning the pages because we understand a character. We keep turning the pages because they don't fully understand themselves yet. A compelling character is not someone we figure out immediately. It's someone who keeps surprising us by sort of revealing new layers, peeling back the onion. Let's go back to Ted Lasso. If someone asked you to describe him after the first episode, you'd probably say he's optimistic, he's funny, he's very supportive. But if I asked you to describe him after the final season, or season 3 anyway, you'd probably say, okay, he's also anxious and heartbroken, but resilient, but lonely and complex. Ted didn't become a different person. He became a more fully realized person. We meet different versions of him as those layers are peeled back. So interactions with different people reveal new layers. Ted with Coach Beard is not the same Ted we see with Michelle, his ex-wife. Ted with Sharon, the therapist, is not the same Ted we see with Rebecca, his boss. And this is not because he's inconsistent, because he's always consistent. But people reveal different parts of themselves depending on who they are with. That makes him feel very, very real. Here's a quick way to see whether this is happening in your own manuscript. Take a trait that you use to describe your protagonist. Maybe it's that she's independent, for example. Okay, now look at 3 different relationships she has in your story. Maybe there's a relationship with her mother, and maybe there's one with her best friend, and maybe there's an antagonist. So does that term independent look the same as she interacts in all 3 relationships? If it does, you might be repeating a trait instead of revealing a person. That is a big distinction. Let's think about our old classic Elizabeth Bennet. First of all, she's witty. She's confident. She's independent. Those are things we learn about her. But then ultimately we start discovering other things about her. She's judgmental. She's proud. She's wrong. She discovers that she has misjudged Mr. Darcy. She discovers that she has misjudged Wickham. And eventually she has to confront these things about herself, which is a much harder realization. Misjudging herself is hard to face, but it's those things that we discover along the way. That kind of revelation deepens a character because we're discovering them at the same moment they are discovering themselves. Okay, I've talked about Samwise Gamgee before. Sam works really differently. We don't discover him because he uncovers some secret about himself. We discover him because pressure keeps asking more of him. We know that he's loyal. Well, his loyalty manifests as bravery, and bravery becomes fiercely protectiveness, and protectiveness becomes, his capability to carry Frodo when Frodo can't go anymore. So pressure reveals the person that was there all along. Again, peeling back those layers. So what does this actually look like in your manuscript? I want you to try something. Pull up your protagonist and then ask yourself 3 questions. I love my 3 questions. What did readers learn about this character in chapter 1? Next question. What did they learn in chapter 10 about this character? And then what did they learn in chapter 20 or at the end, whatever your ending chapter is? If your answers all sound kind of the same, or worse, the answer is they didn't learn anything, then you found today's diagnosis. They're not being discovered. They're not discovering anything new about themselves. I think writers make a mistake when we ask, how do I make my protagonist more interesting? Because I don't think that's the right question. Instead, I would suggest that you ask, what haven't I revealed yet? Or what hasn't this character revealed yet? Maybe it's a contradiction or a fear or a hidden belief. Whatever it is, readers need to keep discovering something new. That's the diagnosis. Every major challenge should reveal something readers did not know before, because readers don't root for static characters. They root for characters they are still discovering. They root for characters who are still growing. They root for characters who are learning about themselves and revealing things about themselves. This week, I want you to make a list. What do readers know about your character in chapter 1? What do they know by the midpoint that they couldn't have known earlier? And what do they know near the end that changes how they understand everything before it? Those are 3 really essential questions. And then think about it. Did the list change? Or did you just reinforce the same trait over and over and over again? If Samwise Gamgee just demonstrates his loyalty to Frodo in the very same way over and over and over again, then he's not letting us discover the layers of him. He's not letting us discover more about who he is and how that loyalty manifests. If nothing new is being revealed, then reader investment starts disappearing. If we didn't learn all of those other complexities about Ted Lasso, I don't think we'd all love him quite so much. He would become more a caricature, but he's not, because he has levels, and we get to see those levels bit by bit. If you feel like you're in this situation where your character isn't discovering anything and the reader can't discover anything about them, you ask the question, how do you make your character more interesting? No. Ask, what haven't I revealed yet? Compelling characters aren't fully understood. Every challenge should reveal another layer. Readers stay invested through discovery. Y'all, readers don't root for perfect characters. Do not write perfect characters. They don't even root for likable characters. They root for characters that haven't finished that discovery process, or that they haven't finished learning about. Ted Lasso isn't compelling because he's optimistic. Elizabeth Bennet isn't compelling because she's witty. Samwise isn't compelling because he's loyal. These characters are compelling because the story keeps pushing them and revealing something that we didn't know about them yet.
This quote by Walt Whitman, it was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental." I like that.
The moment readers feel like they have finished discovering who your protagonist is the moment they're going to stop caring and sort of emotionally stepping away from them, because they become boring. They become predictable.
Because if they were curious, they would ask questions. You know? Questions like, have you played a lot of darts, Ted?
We often see that readers don't seem invested in a character anymore. And then we misdiagnose that with my protagonist needs more development. But the actual diagnosis is readers stopped discovering your protagonist.
Which I would have answered, yes, sir. Every Sunday afternoon at a sports bar with my father from age 10 till I was 16 when he passed away.
So what do? Reveal more of the character you already have. Ask yourself, what haven't readers seen yet? And then give it to them. Peel back another layer of that onion.
Barbecue sauce.
So next time you're tempted to give your protagonist another tragic backstory or more quirk, pause, stop, because your character may not need more development in that way. They might simply need those layers built in so that readers can keep learning things about them. If this diagnosis helped you look at your story a little differently, I have linked another one that I think you will enjoy. Until next time, before you revise, make sure you are solving the right problem.
Change your world. I would rain down blessings from heaven on your shoulders, boy. I would open up those gates and let you in. I would have spoken